been compared to the Pacific Ocean because the color changes depending on the time of day, and that's just what happens.
Thank you very much, Elise. I definitely did not know that.
Full of information, and now we're starting the second set. Seles serving. 2 breaks to serve that first set. Just commanding stuff from Monica Seles.
0-15, la 15.
Dokic is really going to try to turn it around here. She needs to stop making some unforced errors.
Iguals, 15.
Unhappy with the call, thought that maybe that serve could have been long. But interesting, the umpire has not reversed any call that Yelena has queried. I think that's smart. I think you have to just play the calls, because if you start changing them, the players lose confidence in the lines crew.
30-15.
Even that was a second serve, but had a lot of movement, left-handed, pulling Dokic into that middle part of the court. Just been so impressed with Monica Seles' serve so far.
Well, there you see why Monica Seles doesn't come to the net more often. She's afraid of it, but that would have been a perfect opportunity to hit that ball in the air versus let it bounce.
That's the one thing Monica Seles throughout her entire career has never really wanted to do, and that is venture forward to the net.
Well, she's so good off the baseline, as we see here on this point, but really could make it a lot easier for herself. I know when she's part of the US Fed Cup team working with Billie Jean King, Billie Jean is always trying to get her to go forward because she has such great timing.
It's very hard for players to change their mentality, and you have to go back in time. And Monica Seles was #1 in the world at 17 years old, was dominating the game. And until she was 19. She was 19 when she was stabbed. Well, she was dominating the game with the game that she plays now. And it's tough to change, but she does recognize that she has to serve better, that she's got to be more, hit that big one more, but it's not easy to change.
You're absolutely right, Elise. Dokic has a break point here. But the game has changed. Every generation gets better. They get stronger. They hit the ball harder. And that's why Monica Seles' game, as it was 8 or 9 years ago, just doesn't cut it in today's market. Even though you see that ace when she really needs it to bring it to deuce. You've got Davenport. You've got the Williams sisters. They have incredible power, incredible reach. The game she played 10 years ago isn't good enough to be in the top 3 in the world. But she certainly has raised the level of her serve, and it is starting to be more of a weapon. It's her movement and her strength that's going to have to improve to take her to from #9 in the world to the top 3 or 4 in the world. Now, great point there from Dokic. She's got Monica Seles about 6 or 8 foot behind the baseline. And once you're that far back, you're really playing off your heels. Very difficult to win the point from that position. Monica needs to be inside the baseline, or at least up to the baseline.
And we said she couldn't volley.
That is a great volley there by Monica Seles with one hand, and she really should get a copy of this tape.
Now look at this. Were the eyes closed here? Well, she handled that beautifully. That is a very tough volley. The ball is low, and she's only maybe a foot in front of that service line. Very difficult, but found the angle.
First service.
Monica's also played quite a bit of doubles And I think that has helped her. Not a natural volleyer, but does have a quick eye and can pick the ball quickly.
First serve.
She hits the ball with such velocity that she could set herself up for easy high volleys. This is a player that takes the ball so early, takes time away from the opponent, that she could set herself up on numerous occasions. This turning into quite a game. Jelena Dokic using the whole court here.
I don't understand Portuguese, but I have a feeling the umpire is asking the crowd not to comment during the point. And for this crowd, that's very difficult. This is a soccer crowd. They like to make noise, and I don't know that they're going to pay any attention to what the umpire has said.
I think it's Laura Ceccarelli in that chair. They're not going to listen to her, and I think this is great that the crowd is getting into this match.
Monica Seles really having trouble with her toss. I have a feeling when she tosses it up, the sun is at a tough angle for her.
What depth on that shot by Jelena Dokic. And it just makes such a difference when you can push that opponent behind the baseline. Another break point. Monica Seles now has faced 2 break points and gotten that first serve in both times. Back to deuce. And a game like this can set the tone for a set.
No question. The first game of every set, I think, is important, as well as the 7th game.
That's right. Well, that 7th game is usually the 3-all game. And at 3-all, if you can get a break or serve, you go up 4-3, that is very important, and it's always critical.
Monica's been able to come up with the big serves when she's really needed them in this match so far.
I've just been so impressed with her serve, but she's just come from that U.S. Open. And at the U.S. Open, she saw the Williams sisters, both of them serving big time and winning those free points. And Monica knows how important it is. Well, Jelena Dokic doesn't like the call, but Monica Seles serves her way out of trouble there.
And now Dokic really is under pressure to hold serve and stay in this match and not let Monica take the lead and be a front runner.
Well, Jelena Dokic had 2 break points, couldn't convert. Monica Seles holds. She's
slow down, regroup, and say, what do I do well, and stop worrying so much about what Monica Seles doesn't do well.
That's perfectly put. Not to worry about what Monica doesn't do well. She's thinking about Monica not moving forward so well. But those drop shots, really not her game. She's a hitter, and yes, it's nice to throw it in every once in a while, but on a consistent basis, you're absolutely right. It takes her out of her own game.
Monica Seles is amazing. She really holds her ground. She opens up the court and hits this ball so early. Dokic, absolutely no play on that. Look at that shoulder turn and the wrist flick to give her that extra pace.
That previous point, vintage Monica Seles. That's the player we saw dominate the game in the early 90s.
Good play there from Jelena Dokic. She knows that Monica Seles potentially is going to get tired. Seles had a tough semi-final match yesterday. Dokic knows if she can somehow extend this match, the longer this match goes, the better chance Jelena Dokic has to come back and try to win it. She's going to need a lot more points like the previous ones if she's going to be able to do that, though.
She certainly had spurts in this match. But the difference has been the serve. Monica Seles getting a lot of free points off that serve. Jelena Dokic having a much more difficult time.
She tends to fall to the left. Most Dokic's serve go out to Seles's backhand.
As a tennis player, you watch that serve and you want to say, Jelena, look at yourself on tape and see what you do. How she falls off of that serve. It seems like it's something that's correctable. But you've got to know what's happening first.
She does have pretty good feel, and she is willing to try different things, as you see that little cross-court drop shot backhand. I think Dokic now trains in America at the Saddlebrook Resort, so a lot of changes in her life. She needs to kind of get some stability and be in one place with one coach.
Well, Jelena Dokic has played tennis all over the world, and when we come back, we're going to find out how our sport is crossing all social boundaries. We're back. Monica Seles serving at 1-all. She definitely struggled her last serving game. Jelena Dokic, 2 break points. Dokic has to be thinking, this is an opportunity now. I've gotten close. I've got to do it now.
You're right. Seles also was down break point in the game that she held for to win the set.
0-15, la 15.
Shadows really starting to creep over the court.
Wise, 15.
Sometimes can make it difficult to see the ball if it comes through the shadow, but both players with a couple of unforced errors there.
Actually, it reminds you of the grandstand court at the U.S. Open, where so many players have just suffered through the years when those shadows come out on that court. Very tough.
Lucky break there for Jelena Dokic. Both players hitting the top of the net, and Monica really having a golden opportunity for the passing shot, but coming up with the unforced error.
You know Monica Seles would love to have that shot back. That one just sat up there. And Dokic's really a sitting duck almost at the net. But, you know, those are the types of breaks you need in a match, and that can be the difference. Now Monica down 15-30, and great opportunity for Jelena Dokic, but doesn't take advantage of it. She knows it. She knows she has to make that return of serve there.
Well, again, Monica Seles playing about 10 to 12 foot behind the baseline. Jelena Dokic inside the baseline. And that really is the difference as you look at Seles way back, Dokic taking that ball early.
Well, finally, Jelena Dokic gets a break of serve.
It's nice to get a lucky break, especially on a break point, and now Dokic has a chance to really make something happen.
Well, for years, people thought of tennis as mostly a country club sport, but as you're about to find out, that notion is changing, thanks to some very committed people. Sports is thrilled to be bringing you coverage of the Brazil Open. Jelena Dokic is thrilled that she finally got a break of serve.
Well, the important thing is for Jelena Dokic to really try to play a tight game over here. And tight, I don't mean nervous, but no unforced errors. She needs to try to build a little bit of a lead here against Monica Seles, because Monica Seles knows that she wants to try to get this back. She doesn't want to let Dokic get ahead.
And this is where that experience pays dividends. Monica Seles drops serve. You certainly wouldn't know it by her body language. She's just right out here this next game focused.
0-30, la 30.
Really cannot afford those types of loose points from Jelena Dokic if she's going to win this match.
Wait, please. La 40.
Monica jumping all over that second serve. Gives herself 3 breakpoint opportunities to get the set back on serve.
And what a difference the first serve makes.
15-40.
There's Seles stretched out. Jelena Dokic facing 2 more break points.
That was a great second effort there from Monica Seles. Managing to throw up a tremendous lob, top spin. Dokic is hoping it goes out. It bounces right on the line. And Dokic pulls it wide. Huge game there by Monica Seles. Somebody's cell phone ringing.
It doesn't matter where in the world you are, cell phones are ringing everywhere.
Kings 0-15 left.
We saw Monica Seles scrambling that last point. She's done that and won some crucial points this match. We don't think of her as that type of a player, but she's making those second and third efforts and just reaping the rewards.
Sounds like there's a beach party going on behind us. But you know what? I think the players just have to kind of get used to it and go with it. It's the same on both sides of the court. Jelena going up to the umpire. Again, I think she's frustrated, and you notice at least that it's normally the player that's losing that is bothered by the noise.
Actually, I think I heard
everything.
Didn't she say that's not my kind of music? Just change the music, it's fine, but just something different. But that's so true. When you're losing, everything bothers you. When you're winning, nothing.
Don't hear anything.
You don't notice. You don't hear a thing. You don't hear the planes. You know, whatever it is.
40 left.
Once again, another free point. You can save on a lot of energy when you can just throw in the big one.
Game Seles.
Perfect example here of the experience and composure of Monica Seles, the older player, the wiser player, the smarter player,